you're looking at is probably the finest Ford F-150 ever produced by Ford Motor Company. This is the 2010 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4-wheel drive. And I'm going to start under the hood. What I'm going to talk about is what sets apart the Ford F-150 from its competition. Because everybody out there has a nice looking truck. Get a nice looking truck, that's great. But what really sets us apart as Ford Company's representatives for the most fantastic F-150 ever built. Starting under the hood, this is a 5.4 liter V8 3-valve that's at 320 horsepower, 390 foot-pounds of torque. That's mated with the 6-speed automatic transmission. By separating your gears out on 6 speeds, you have a lot of the low-end grunt that you need to tow your boat, usability. Also, the upper gears give you the fantastic fuel economy. Moving to the side, a couple things that Ford did this year that are fantastic. They upgraded the front discs 6% larger. They've also coupled that with a non-asbestos organic brake pad. What that will do for you as a consumer does two things. Obviously protects the environment, which everyone's interested in. It also produces less of that annoying brake dust, so your F-150 looks fresher and cleaner longer. The backbone of the F-150, underneath this truck, this is the strongest frame of any half-ton truck in its class. The backbone of a truck is how it gets its work done. What Ford does that no one else does is how they build their frame is, if you look underneath, it's a fully boxed hydroform cross members under the front, and all the way to the rear, the ladder frame is fully boxed. It's got something called true weld cross member technology, where it's not just welded to the frame, it's actually crossed through. So you have a huge increase of strength. That backbone gives this truck the ability to tow 11,300 pounds and have a payload capacity of 3,330 pounds, which is once again best in class. And that's definitely what you want to know about this F-150. Now, what this truck is, this is not your grandpa's truck, not even your daddy's truck. This is something incredible. You have a lot of high-end buyers coming in looking for something that will do everything they need it to do. They're trading in their BMW and Lexus. Well, that doesn't tow anything. It doesn't get their boat to the lake. What's fantastic about this car is that you can talk about all the luxury features of this car, and a lot of people coming in aren't just using it for work anymore. They're using it to tow their boat. They're using it to haul their goods around. But I've also sold a lot of these to people who have families. Real important items on the interior of this vehicle that no one else has. For instance, instead of just having the front airbags and side airbags, like a lot of the competition does, this has something called the head curtain airbag system with roll-full technology. If your customers have their children in the back, typically children fall asleep with the head against the side of the window. What the roll-full technology will allow, in the case of a rollover accident, that airbag will roll down the back window, push your child's head away from that back window so it won't pin your child's head against that window in case of a rollover. Extremely safe. Also, the B-pillars, which are a lot of a weak point in a vehicle because it's in the middle, are boron reinforced. That boron reinforced steel gives you added 3 times strength in case of a side impact. And you can see right here that what that does provide for you is it's a quadruple 5-star rating, which means it's a top pick by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Also, class exclusives in the back. Along with 6 inches extra room between the previous generation and this one, you've got one-hand release for your rear seat. So if your hands are full, you don't have to pull levers. Also, the flat load floor. The only differential is this one, because it is a Lariat package, does have the 700-watt Sony sound system with 10 speakers, and that's something that a lot of people like. Once again, if you're looking at someone who's looking at a luxury buyer, they want a car that does everything, that's part of it. Let's move to the back of the vehicle. Another thing that sets the Ford F-150 apart from the competition is you look back here, 2 things. Your leaf springs are 1 inch wider than the competition, 4 inches. No one else has that. What that does for you is it gives you that fantastic towing capability, also an incredibly smooth ride. Also, you look at your outboard shocks are outside the suspension. Just think about when you're standing like this, how easily are you to push over? If you put your feet wider, you have a wider stance. That gives you the better stability and a better ride. What else do we have? Class exclusives. Tailgate step. If you're getting on in and out of your vehicle constantly, this is a lifesaver. If you've ever had to load in boxes into the back of your vehicle, which everyone has, because if you've got a truck, everyone wants to be help moved, that will be a lifesaver. Also, the deployable tailgates. I'm sorry, going blank. Anyway, I'm going to go past that. Ford has double wall construction, and we also have the deepest bed in the class. So Ford F-150 is a do-it-all, kind of go-it-all kind of car. Also, this one's equipped with a max trailer tow package. So if you're going to be using this vehicle for work, it does have the trailer tow mirrors, and it also has integrated trailer brake controller. What that does for you, customer, is this so you're towing something that's at the upper limits of this vehicle's ability. It will actually integrate the braking of the vehicle with your trailer, because stability is the enemy of towing. Also, class standard that no one else has is standard trailer brake sway control. If you're towing something that's 10,000 pounds, your truck weighs 6,000 pounds, what are you going to do if you're coming down a hill and that trailer starts to sway? This makes it a no-brainer. The truck will actually use ABS, and it'll use braking and torque to each individual wheel. I'm sorry, not each individual wheel, torque to allow your vehicle not to start swaying in the back, and as you're coming down a hill, that's very, very safe. What else? Along with the Lariat luxury packages, if you're looking at the interior of the vehicle, this has the supple leather interior along with the wood accents. This does have the 40-20-40 split bench, so you have the ability to use that center as a seat. It does have the flow-through console. Okay.